course, I had the pleasure of being married to Tammy, my wife, her twin sister, Terry, and of course her sister Lori, and of course her two brothers in previous years. So just so you know, Lori, when you were at my house in your travels, him and I talked just a little bit there, and I mentioned to him, I says, hey, so what do you think of retiring? He says, what are you talking about retiring? I ain't retiring. I'm gonna work forever. I says, oh, come on, you know, I'm gonna retire probably 5 to 7 years. Well, at that time it was 7 to 9 years. He says, I'm gonna retire. You know, you can come, we'll go to the beach, hang out. He says, why? I could work and go to the beach when I'm off. And I says, okay, well, I guess that's the way to look at it, but don't you want to leave Arizona? No, I'm never leaving Arizona. My wife, my family, my friends, my workers, I'm not going anywhere. I'm working forever, okay? I started laughing at that. The other thing that happened, and this is back when Tammy, Terry, and Lori's parents were alive. I'm a cook. Before I worked for the airline, I used to work for Hyatt Hotels, so I'm a pretty good cook. And I do this Italian festival where I cook the fish, the lobster, the shrimp, everything. And one year I told them, I says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the crab legs in Chicago at Isaacson's Fish House, which is downtown on Fulton Street. I'm going to drag it from Chicago to Arizona, and I'm going to cook a big meal for all you guys. And I'm going to bring the Italian meal from Chicago to Phoenix. And I did that. My son and I flew out, and I remember flying out. My son thought I was nuts because I had all the crab legs in the bag filled with ice in the cabin, sitting up on the first class cabin, and it started leaking down, and it was crab legs. And he was like, you're going to smell it. I says, who cares? He's going to know. So I proceeded to go to Lori's house because that's where we had the party at. And I remember kicking everybody out of the kitchen. I says, get out. I'm the cook, out. And it's true. I'm kind of worried about that. You could ask my daughter and my wife. So anyway, I was cooking, and of course there were only 2 people that were in the kitchen. Everybody else was out in the kitchen, and I was let in, and that was Paul, and that was your dad. And I remember I'm cooking, and they're like, hey, they were afraid to, can I have a piece of that? They were afraid to ask me. I said, well, of course you can. They were the only 2 that were allowed to sit in the kitchen while I cooked, and we all talked, and we drank and had a great time. But afterwards, we were done, and we had Christmas together at your house, which was amazing. And afterwards, Paul pulled me over to the side and says, hey, Joe, what do you think about doing this next year? And I says, you don't understand what it took me to get all this stuff here.